This is a book review on the water goddess in Igbo cosmology, Ogbuide of Oguta Lake. The author, Sabine Jell-Bahlsen, has produced here a rich work, the result of more than 20 years of work and field work spanning from 1979 to 1992. The book is abundantly illustrated and teeming with details, and presents a coherent and comprehensive view of traditional Igbo cosmology through an in-depth study of the cult of the goddess of Oguta. The author demonstrates her knowledge of Igbo culture acquired in the field through initiation, something that is not common. She draws on her observations and data collected, genealogies, songs, proverbs, incantations, healing rituals, interviews with initiates, and a study of traditional mural art and architecture. A judicious use of English language literature, Achebe, and especially Mwapa, and archival documents corroborate the fieldwork. The abundant and always pertinent notes further add to the value of the overage. The 25 chapters trace the history of the document, the history of the development of the Oguta cult, revealing the resistance of traditional institutions to colonization and its constructed male power, and the parallel esoteric, political, and economic power exercised collectively and individually by women. They unveil the ambivalent character of the sea goddess, her fatal beauty and cruelty, her generosity in fertility, her association with the market and the production of goods, and her role as protector of the community, illustrated by testimonies dated from the Civil War. Chapter 13 is devoted to the trinity of totem animals of the cult, the python, the crocodile, and the water turtle, revealed in sacred arts, masks, and rituals. The following chapter mentioned other subject symbols associated with the cult: the color white, the rainbow, the red-white dualism, and the number 7. An entire chapter examines the symbolism of hair and considers hairdressing and hair care before examining their transgression, such as dada hair, perceived as rebellion, a return to the wild, the threat of mental illness, and a call to divination and the marine priesthood. A link is made between water worship, divination, and healing powers associated with mental and gynecological illnesses. The final part of the book, chapters 19 and 20, gives significant space to the role of marine cult in prevention, traditional neonatal and child medicine, and reproductive control. It is especially its treatment of physical and mental illnesses that is highlighted based on case studies presented in detail in their history and treatment. The author presents marine worship as eminently ecological in its contribution to the protection of the environment through the establishment of sanctuaries and the enhancement of aquatic spaces. Drawing lessons from the village university, she emphasizes the circular nature of time as opposed to Western Christian linearity, and underlines the primacy of the sacred, the centrality of the concept of balance in community relations, and the role of feminine rituals in physical and mental health. She demonstrates the importance of naming, consecration to the divinity, and highlight the name as a declaration of identity within the extended family and religious groups. She studies male and female sea deities, their colors and sanctuaries, festivals, agrarian and ritual calendars, masks and secret societies, and contrast the Western image of a rigid and restrictive tradition with the flexibility of customs open to change. Along the way, she notes other features of Igbo culture: the importance of titles, the appreciation of personal success, the valorization of fertility and motherhood, the horror of excess, and the expectation of sharing wealth. While distinguishing herself from Western feminine movement through her appreciation of male and female complementarity in the transmission of life, the author emphasizes the solidarity between women, their power, and their mobility. Her approach to the tradition and ritual differentiations between sex and gender in Igbo land, however, remains largely a Western view. She claims to have adopted an objectively critical attitude, but her status as an initiate leads her to make the deliberate choice of apologizing for the marine cult. Despite its last 3 chapters devoted to a passionate defense of this point of view, with their stances against monotheism, their lengthy comparison between the sea goddess and the biblical Eve, and their efforts to demonstrate Mwapa's return to the bosom of the sea mother, Jell-Bahlsen book will remain a seminal work on the marine cult of southern Nigeria.